When we look at the open or undefined centers, we see a real capacity for flexibility. These are the areas where we don't have a particular way of being. We don't have a fixed flow of energy. Because of that openness, we often find that we are very interested in those areas, and we may be quite attracted to those areas in terms of other people having definition there. Those are often ways that we can see others more clearly because we don't have our own fixation in the way. So part of the wisdom that is possible with an open center comes from being able to see many different ways of being in relation to that center, and being able to experience life in many different ways through that center. So the potential there is for a lot of wisdom and a lot of exploration and a lot of ability to see into others through those open centers. The challenge with the open center is that those are the areas where we are most susceptible and vulnerable to influence and conditioning from the world around us. This can be through society and relationships. Although we can be flexible in our open areas, if we become overly identified with the conditioning that is coming in and the influence that we absorb from the people around us, it can distract us from what we can actually trust in ourselves and what is really natural and consistent for us. Undefined centers will absorb, amplify, and often distort the energy that they absorb from others and impressions we experience from others and the world around us. The mind tends to want to make decisions through the open centers, and in part this may be because in those areas where there is openness and flexibility, we may think we have a greater potential for control. We may think we have a greater capacity to make things be the way we want them to be. That way of thinking will distract us from what is reliable in us. That way of thinking will start to deny what is connected to our natural energy from flowing. If we don't identify with the conditioning that we take in there, and if we don't try to control our lives through the openness in our design, then those open centers are places where we can have the potential of really being able to see the value in the defined centers of others. We can evaluate the world through the open centers. That way we can see what is worthwhile around us.